What's up everyone and welcome. I'm Ashleen and thanks for clicking into this video. Alright, so in today's video what I wanted to talk about is how social media influences our mental health. Social media plays such a big role in our day-to-day lives and we are constantly surrounded by it with all of the Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. Social media has really integrated itself into our day-to-day lives. And though social media is great for connecting with people online all around the world, there can be a lot of detrimental factors that can influence ourselves and how we perceive ourselves and ultimately our well-being and mental health. And although all social media platforms' initial intent was probably to create enjoyment for the user when going on that social media platform, but over time as social media has been changing, the user's perception of it has gone the opposite way and we tend to compare ourselves to other people, or we base our self-worth off of the likes we get on a picture or the amount of views we get on a video. Or even going on social media for some people can cause a lot of anxiety and stress and not good feelings. So I think we always have the ability to take our power back and to see social media as something that we want to see it as something as enjoyment and excitement and being able to connect with people. And we always have the ability to take our power back in how we see things. So in today's video, what I wanted to talk about is some social media self-care tips that you can use to improve your mental health in 2019. So some of these tips are going to be more geared towards the social media platform of Instagram. And the other tips are going to be more general in the sense of you can use them for all social media platforms. Let's get into the video. So the first tip is to set boundaries with your phone and with social media. So I think this is probably the most crucial step in disciplining yourself when it does come to social media. So if you're the type of person that maybe spends hours and hours and hours on social media, but you realize that it doesn't make you feel so good, maybe setting boundaries will be something that is helpful for you. So I know for me, I try not to go on my phone or social media within the first and last hours of my day. Those first and last hours of my day are phone free and I just really allow that time to take time for myself and center myself before my day starts and finishing off my day. So find what works for you. Plan out time when you're actually going to be going on social media and actually stick to it. Because again, that will discipline you and get you more into a habit of, okay, I've planned that I'm going to be going on social media for half an hour after lunch. And if you stick to that every day, it will eventually become a habit. Another thing that I do is specifically for Instagram, I set time aside to answer my DMs instead of just being on my phone constantly. And having this time really reduces the anxiety of having to respond and helps me feel a lot better when using that social media platform. So another thing that you can do that is more geared towards Instagram again is that you can set reminders as to how long you would like to spend on Instagram. And it's really easy to do actually. So I'll put some images up here kind of just to guide you. So you would go to your account first, then you would go to the top right corner and at the bottom you would click settings. Once you get into settings, you will see your activity. You press on that. It'll show you an average amount of time of how much time you spend on Instagram. And then you'll see a part that says set daily reminders. And if you click on that, you can go through however much time you would like a set reminder to be sent to you when you are on Instagram. Again, by doing this, it's just a prompt, a reminder to say, hey, you've been on social media for like half an hour, and making a commitment to yourself of saying that, okay, I promised myself I'll be on social media only for half an hour. The reminder has come up on my phone, so I'm gonna put my phone down now and go back to focusing on whatever you were focusing on. So tip number 2 is unfollowing people or accounts on all social media platforms that you feel you are comparing yourself to. So this can be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And this can be people you know or influencers. And the reason I suggest this is going back to the point of what I was saying at the beginning of the video. To take our power back in how we view our experiences on social media. So I think this is all about boundary setting and doing what is best for you to make your social media experience more enjoyable for you instead of more stressful or making you feel bad about yourself or comparing yourself. And I know that a lot of people that I look up to, such as Selena Gomez or Marie Forleo or Amy Young, I found that these social media influencers follow a smaller amount of people. And I remember watching a video of Amy Young and Marie Forleo, and they were kind of going off of the same topic of this, of you don't need to follow people on Instagram that make you feel bad about yourself or you find yourself comparing yourself to, or just dampen the social media experience for you. You always have a choice of who you want to follow and who you don't want to follow. And when it comes down to it, it is ultimately your social media account, your personalized social media account. And you can choose to see whatever you want to see or whatever you don't want to see on your social media account. And you can always follow people and accounts where their content is something that you actually like, that you actually resonate with, that inspires you and that motivates you, and ultimately makes you feel good when looking at their content. So tip number 3 is you can turn off your post notifications. So I see this more of if it's out of sight, then it's out of mind. Because think about it, when you have your phone out and you see all of these notifications coming up of, say, people liking your photo or people messaging you or just like a new notification coming up, that's going to be very distracting, I think. I know it was for me, so that's when I took the initiative and I went into my settings of my iPhone and turned off all post notifications for all of my social media. And when I coupled turning off the post notifications with creating the boundaries that I did with going on my phone and going on social media, I found that it was less tempting to check my phone. I found it less tempting to actually check social media, and I was actually more focused on what I was actually doing and less focused on, oh my gosh, what's going on my phone? Because really, with the constant interruptions of getting notification after notification on your phone, why not turn that off so you can be more present in what you're actually doing, and then have that allotted time to set aside to actually go on your social media. And I noticed another thing, that by turning off my post notifications for all my social media, it definitely decreased the amount of stress and anxiety that I had surrounding social media. Because again, if it's out of sight, it was out of my mind. Okay, tip number 4 is delete all the social media accounts that you don't use or that you find too distracting for yourself. So say you've taken these tips, you've allotted time saying, hey, I'm going to be on social media for this amount of time at this part of the day, and you've turned off all of your post notifications to your social media accounts, but still you feel that stress or anxiety surrounding social media, or you feel very tempted to go on the social media application. Why not try deleting that app entirely? The one that you find is more tempting to you. Why not just delete it completely? So a social media app that I actually deleted off of my phone was Facebook Messenger. So I found that even though I turned off the post notifications and I allotted time for me to go on that social media application, I still just found it too distracting. It increased the stress that I had in me and increased the anxiety that I felt. So I just thought, why not just delete the app entirely? Another thing that I did was I went through all my social media applications, deleted the ones that I felt like I wasn't really using anymore. And that really helped me as well. It was something about decluttering my phone, helped declutter some stuff in my mind as well. Alright, so tip number 5 is try going on social media on your desktop or on your computer. So I think it was something about the actual habit of pulling out your phone, opening up the social media application and scrolling through it. So I decided to make a shift and thought, instead of going on social media on my phone, such as Instagram and Facebook Messenger, why not just go on my computer or on my desktop? And I found this really helpful because I found that going on social media on my computer, it felt less tempting to actually go on the social media account. Because for me, I find it more, I guess, habitual to pull up my phone and automatically go on social media. But when it comes to my computer, going on social media isn't something that's automatic for me, because when I am on my computer, I tend to be doing work or checking emails and stuff like that instead of turning my computer on and going on social media right away. So tip number 6 is try seeing social media as a place where you can connect with other people instead of comparing yourself to other people and feeling bad about yourself. So this is an awesome tip that actually a business coach, Vanessa Lau, kind of sparked in my mind. She used her DMs to connect with people all over the world, and it kind of got me thinking as well. Why not use social media as something where you can connect with other people? Because I think when it really comes down to it, that is a big part of social media, allowing yourself to connect with people from all over the world that have similar likes, similar interests, and similar values as you. So I think it's all about changing your perspective in how you actually see social media. Because I know for me, if I see social media as a place where I can connect with other people, then it makes the experience of being on social media more enjoyable for me instead of having the perception of social media as being something to compare yourself to other people. And I know that seeing social media as a place where I can connect with other people has really helped me start enjoying being on social media again instead of feeling anxious. Right? And the last and final step is if you try all these tips and you turn off your post notifications, you give yourself a set amount of time to be on social media, you try to change your perception of social media, and none of these things help, why not actually deciding to take a break from social media for a bit of time to work on yourself, to work on your well-being, your mental health, and to do it as an act of self-care and self-love for yourself. And I want to reference again Selena Gomez because she was very open and honest of taking time away from social media in order to take care of herself. And I think Selena Gomez having such a huge platform, I think it shows that she is such an amazing role model in promoting taking care of herself and taking time away from social media if you need it. And she not only talks about it, but she actually practices what she preaches as well. So I really applaud her for doing that, and I know so many other people have done that as well. And it's an awesome step to do if you know you need to take a break from social media, to actually take a break from social media. So those are my 8 steps in social media self-care to improve your mental health in 2019. I hope that some of these tips are beneficial for you, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button. And remember, your mental health is so important. And if you find social media is impacting your mental health in a negative way, then it is completely okay to do something about it. And you always have the choice to take back your power in how you perceive social media. Take care of yourselves. Bye.